Hello and welcome to the live Total Retail webinar, How to Deploy AI Shopping Assistants to Increase Revenue, sponsored by Rulai, the most advanced all-in-one conversational AI platform designed to accelerate time to value. I'm Ashley Turadio, Senior Content Strategist for Total Retail and the host of today's event. Here today to discuss how to deploy personalized AI shopping assistants to increase revenue, we have Yi Zhang, co-founder and CTO of Rulai. So with that, I'll now pass it off to Yi to begin the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to the webinar. Conversational commerce is emerging as a major new model for customer experience. And the goal for this webinar is to help you understand the potential benefits, the use cases, and the potential risks, and the solution for avoiding the risks so that your conversation shopping assistant project can achieve your business goal of increase your revenue. And we are at COVID-19 time, a special time, and COVID-19 has triggered an urgent requirement for retailers. And retailers need to move deeper into online digital channels and use digital technologies to increase revenue and engage customers. And a new norm focused on digital channels is becoming obvious. We expect even after COVID-19, some customer behavior changes, such as shopping online and becoming more health and safety conscious, will stay forever. That means the customer expect retailers be available wherever the customer is and whenever they need. Even when customers cannot visit a store in person, they want to have simpler experience from the comfort of their homes through online shopping, such as getting their questions answered, getting help finding the right products. And customers want to have more effective communications with products with the products or service providers. When in-person meeting may not be possible, then retailers need to enable productive and efficient buying process and decision-making to support effective communication. And on the other hand, retailers may want to grow digital chat revenue and be more resistant for future disruptions with some customer lock-in effects. Facing this, conversation virtual shopping assistant can actually help and achieve the goals for both consumers and retailers. As a single access point for customers to communicate with the product providers or service providers, virtual assistant can empower commerce experience that's more have both transactional efficiency, also help to solving customers' problems and developing trusted customer relationships. That's why here we are giving this webinar. However, not all conversational commerce projects are successful, and the quality of shopping virtual assistants vary a lot. Early adopters of messaging platforms, for example, with very limited scope Facebook Messenger chatbots for commerce, they have mostly abandoned their trials, their initial conversation commerce projects, because of limitation of those first-generation technologies. And some companies, some retailers, or e-commerce platforms have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, or millions, or even tens of millions of dollars on their virtual assistant projects and failed to achieve the business goals. They have wasted a lot of time and resources, and that also cost the jobs of some people involved in the project. So to make a conversation virtual shopping assistant project successful, we actually recommend don't get too big too fast. Instead, divide the project into phases. We suggest people start small to understand and evaluate the conversation commerce technology first. Start with a very quick, small production line pilot to build your confidence. Get your virtual assistant to customers fast and see the immediate results. you can also understand the limitation of the technologies and to determine whether it can support your ambition. You want to limit your initial experiments to proven use cases, such as product reordering or accessing accessing a small set of products with some simple customization options or variations. And second, another key component we recommend is to use the right technology solution provider. We have seen many deployed virtual conversation AI projects do not have significant impact because they don't support the core commerce capabilities, such as product discovery, product selection. They just can't do that when the products or service set is very simple to navigate. And most interactions in some of the virtual assistants remain like command-based and are not present as dialogues. For example, Amazon's voice interface works well in reordering journey, but not well in other use cases that's critical for e-commerce. And besides, it requires the user to learn some command vocabularies, which is not good. And our experience shows that in order to achieve the revenue goal, such as double guided sales revenue, or some use cases like multi-round conversation that support product discovery, multi-round dialogue understanding and management are must-have. Thus, we recommend choose the technology that supports those AI abilities to support conversational product search, product discovery and selection, and also provide pre-built use cases with proven results. And besides, we think virtual assistant solution that support omni-channel communication is also very important because users want to interact with retailer at different channels. And I will discuss more about omni-channel virtual assistant solution later. Okay. So, when I say start small, here is an example. Here is a small starting package we propose and provide. It's a pre-sale assistant that helps people to buy. It can help increase revenue, reduce abandon rate, and provide better customer experience. This solution provides 5 types of major pre-sale use cases. The first type are common tasks and questions such as what you can do, how we find a nearby store, get a promotion or discounts, and how can I order, those common questions. The second categories are guided product selection. A major step in conversation commerce is product discovery. The staff in the physical store are generally trained to enter into a conversation and ask a series of questions to help the customer narrow down their product selection, rather than just expecting the customer to find the right products themselves. Guided selling brings the indoor experience into the online world. The main goal of online guided product selection is to replicate the indoor consultative experience in order to provide a targeted list of candidate products to a customer based on the customer's answers to a series of questions. This is especially important when the products being purchased are technical or complex, or when the customer doesn't know what they want exactly. And traditionally, this has been done by catalog navigation or browsing or search on the website. Online purchasing will move from browsing a catalog of products to have a real conversation with the system. And the virtual assistant will give customer a set of products that's personally curated for them based on the conversation. And this can actually be done by directly translating the standard way of navigation by our catalogs and facets into a first generation of conversational approach. This also by visual multiple choice selection process. And the conversation AI techniques can support this process. Besides, a truly intelligent virtual assistant can be much more flexible, handling variation of natural language and provide a nonlinear conversation. For example, if user says, I want a pink dancing shoe for my 7-year-old daughter, or I want to find a tire for my Toyota Highlander 2018. The virtual assistant can actually skip certain steps in a multiple choice selection process and be more efficient. Of course, if the user says, I need to buy a dancing shoe, can you give me some discount? The virtual assistant should also be able to handle this request with multiple intents elegantly based on the underlying AI technologies. Those will make the customer's guided product selection process much better. The third use cases in the package is collecting customer feedback, which is pretty straightforward. And the fourth use case is product recommendation. It's well known that a recommender system increases the chance of converting someone who is just simply viewing or searching some products, converts them into buyers. So to increase conversion rate and increase revenue, it's valuable to have the conversational capability that's integrating Rulai's product recommendation engine or a retailer's existing recommendation results into the virtual assistant. The virtual assistant can recommend among selected candidate products, or recommend related products, or recommend the products in other categories that complements the current purchases. For companies without existing recommender systems, Rulai actually provide a default product recommendation engine that covers many product categories. We have pre-trained the engine with hundreds of millions of data points already. And the fifth type use case are question answering about products. And this is critical because it can convert more sales with 24/7 customer assistance. Your customer can get the information they need in a timely manner so that they can make the decision to try at the e-commerce site or the channel instead of leaving or went to a competitor's website. And this small package is pretty powerful. On the other hand, can be deployed quickly within a week because the use cases were pre-built and because we don't require backend integration for our base solution. And we have customized solution built based on Rulai technology, data, and existing retailers' existing e-commerce website. And with this package, the project can establish metrics and target value early on, allow a retailer to monitor the virtual assistant's performance quickly, monitor the customer experience quickly, and to adjust and improve the virtual assistants based on real-time data from customer immediately so that we can achieve desired business results. Instead of hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, because this is a small project, the price is very affordable. There is little risk in testing the water with such kind of initial virtual assistant, because we are limiting the project cost and limiting it to the use cases that has been proven successfully before. So let me show you a demo of such kind of pre-sales buying assistant we built. And we designed and implemented a friendly and knowledgeable AI-powered digital assistant on the e-commerce, the commerce site for pre-purchase tire. And the tire specification, current promotions, and FAQs can also be served by the virtual assistant. The goal of the virtual assistant includes increase the digital support channel, automate multi-round customer care conversation, promote sales. The virtual assistant can engage customer on their channel of choice, provide 24/7 support, and also deliver service by eliminating waiting time and providing fast and accurate answers.
This is an example of an e-commerce virtual assistant with many of the features in the different package tiers. So to start this conversation, I can just click on the widget, and today I'll be a customer whose tire got punctured and who's wondering about the warranty on it. The virtual assistant is able to provide an answer, and actually this answer is from existing content from the website. Now, I want the virtual assistant to find me stores near me to get my tire changed. And then it asks for my zip code. So here I'm going to switch contexts and just change the thread of the conversation. I'm going to ask if there are any discounts for right now. The virtual assistant can check if there are discounts. Looks like there are none for now, but it's designed to sign people up to an email list for those interested. And here I've already digressed from the original find a store flow, but I want to know if the virtual assistant here can recommend me tires for my F-150. It asks for my vehicle year, and then it shows all the different trims that apply to this year, make, and model. Finally, it asks for the tire size that I want for my vehicle. We can take from many websites the product filters that exist to create questions to help the customer find what they're looking for. Here are the results of tires that fit my vehicle. It's presented in a carousel of cards. This can be customized as well. And if you click on one, it will take you to the product page. And if you notice here, the virtual assistant also provides recommendations based on the results shown. Rulai has its own recommendation engine, and we can leverage that to provide customers with recommendations on which results to strongly consider. Now, I'm interested in the LTX MS2. I'm curious in its load capacity. Here, the virtual assistant is able to take the customer's question and turn it into a query for a product database. So here we have the different attributes of the LTX tire, and there's the max load per tire data point that I was looking for. So I'm good for now. The virtual assistant remembers that there's still unfinished business. It's bringing me back to continuing the email newsletter sign-up flow. And now it's bringing me back to the original flow of finding nearby stores. It says it'll redirect me to a store locator page on the website, but I'll skip that for now. A customer satisfaction survey is presented. This is also templatized. I'll just give it my feedback here.
Okay, good. As you can see in this demo, it shows this pre-sales virtual assistant can answer commerce common tasks and questions, and can surface deep level information about products related to questions posed from product database, and provide product inquiry, navigation, selection, and also product recommendation. On the other hand, conversational shopping assistant can go beyond pre-sales. Retailers need to create a simple, personalized online user experience for customers, with clear expectation, trust throughout customer journey. Conversation shopping assistant can lower the frictions or buying experience as customer interact with different touch points of the company, and as customer go through their customer journey, from research to evaluate and compare products, to buy products, to onboard and use the products, for post-sales getting help, or if you want to retain and renew customers. Throughout customer journey, the virtual assistants can help. And the company can provide a single access point to helping your customers instead of spreading the information across the web, a messy web, and let your customer trying to find those information. That's a real beauty of a virtual shopping assistant. And in fact, surveying US internet users found more people actually prefer chatbots than human for many tasks, such as looking for price, looking for discounts, searching for delivery information, or checking product availability, and so on and so forth. Thus, having an AI shopping assistant is becoming a major plan for many retailers. So next, here is another example virtual assistant we developed. It's actually for an eyewear platform that offers the largest selection of glasses online. More than half of their customer interactions today happen in chat. And a virtual shopping assistant, who is also a virtual stylist, is deployed to increase channel efficiency and provide users with fast support for most common use cases and questions. It supports both pre-sales and post-sales tasks. For example, it can explain concepts while customer is exploring, answer questions immediately. And some inputs the customer need to provide, such as the prescription or measurement, the virtual assistant can provide guidance on how to measure or how to get it. Like here is a printable ruler, what are alternative measurements for children, and so on. And the virtual assistant can point in customers to resources on how to make a good selection, for example, based on your face shape. And the virtual assistant can make customers feel accomplished at the end of the process once the user has selected the right glasses and made the purchase. After the selection process, at the end there is a celebration and the rewards by the virtual assistant. And it gets something less likely to be returned when the a customer who bought the glasses want to return, and the virtual assistant can troubleshooting problems the customer has, so that sometimes return are canceled. It can handle different payment types and return options, and those are all customized by the store. And as you can see, the virtual assistant, who is also a virtual stylist, are building very long-term relationships with the customer by providing service, both pre-sales and post-sales tasks. And in fact, Rulai Conversation Virtual Shopping Assistant solution packages are designed to support what we recommend. Start small, learn after each rollout, and optimize and make changes. That's why this is one example of how you can utilize those different packages. Start small with pre-sales, which we have already mentioned. Those 5 typical use cases or some additional use cases can be added for pre-sales. And then the next one is post-sales. Post-sale package can support question answering about payments, like a secure payment method and so on. Can support order, like checking order status, tracking delivery. I cannot find my order, cancel order, return products, and so on. Handle dispute, help customer open a dispute, analyze various dispute reasons, update a dispute or check dispute status. Can help customer manage their accounts, like changing emails, reset passwords, or like change phone numbers. When customer trying to get a refund, the virtual assistant can also come in to facilitate. Sometimes the virtual assistant can also help avoid refund according to the refund reason submitted to the buyer, such as logistic problems, like overtime, not shipped. Right? The virtual assistant can communicate with the customer and in some cases avoid refund cash, such kind of situation. And the virtual assistant in post-sale can also collect feedback from the customer, or even be tailored to try to collect or encourage positive feedback about the store or the products on the social media. And for the next package, upselling and cross-selling, there are several use cases. You can add more touch points for product recommendations. For example, immediately after the customer placing an order, or after payment, or after providing order status, or after customer service requests were satisfied, then product recommendations can be integrated at those touch points to promote and increase revenue. The virtual assistant can also send marketing or customer care messages immediately after placing an order, payment, or product shipments. For upselling and cross-selling, it can offer quick reorder or automate purchase and automate, encourage subscribe and save, encourage light off commerce for consumable products, subscription brings not only convenience and safety to consumers, but also cost saving in times of financial pressure of uncertainty. And vendors selling through a subscription model have a more predictable revenue stream that is more resilient to economic disruptions such as COVID-19. And the virtual assistant can really help to achieve those goals. And of course, virtual assistant can also be used to help customer retention, such as manage your loyalty program or like collecting feedbacks, reviews, and ratings from the customer. And as I mentioned, at a later stage of the project, you can also add omni-channel solutions, deploying the virtual assistant into other channels like social media channel, let the virtual assistant to provide email supports, let the virtual assistant talk with customers over the phone or through voice or over text messages. So as you can see, as you add all those different chat packages, you are covering the whole customer journey. It's more important to start small. Besides, instead of using the standard solution, if you want to customize the virtual assistant, it's also easy since Rulai has this drag and drop customization console for people to configure and control how the virtual assistant works. And this design studio let project designers to customize and provide additional information about business process and rules to the virtual assistant. Of course, building a successful virtual assistant involved much more than simply building the rules, because no one can enumerate all possible natural language variations or conversational flow variations using rules. And fortunately, the backend AI technologies can handle the variation of natural language and the variation of conversation flow. That means the chatbot designer actually designs the workflow instead of conversation flow. And the AI will automatically generate conversation based on context and its knowledge about the workflow, which is as we have shown in the demo of helping the tire customer. The conversation flow were not designed. It's actually automatically generated based on the conversational context. And with backend AI technology supporting advanced AI, designers doesn't need to worry about AI technologies or any engineering details. So while doing the customization. And the retailer can do the customization themselves. And our solution team can help. Or if you want, you can also use a consulting company or other service providers to do that. And we have training program for them. Of course, you can also totally ignore this for the first launch and in your project and say, I don't want to do customization. And I will just stay with the standard package. But the option is there. And so when we do additional customization, here are some of the major points. First, you probably want to do some integration for personalization. When appropriate and when executed correctly, personalized experience can lead to increased customer spending and more satisfied customers. But true personalization cannot exist without deep integration, so that the virtual assistant can actually have expansive view of customers' preferences and activities, then using AI and a large amount of customer data and accurately decide what to do next. So that's why when we really want to customize, we would suggest do backend integration with your existing CRM system and other customer database to do deeper in personalization, to personalize the user experience, to establish trust between the user and the company. Besides, we also recommend, as we expand and customize, we want to support omni-channel. Conversational commerce do require alignments with other touch points to provide a unified commerce experience across channels. And a unified commerce offers consistent and a personalized experience across channels throughout the customer journey. Understanding your customers, how they want to communicate, and then respond to the consumers in the way that works best for them and in the channel where they like, or across channels as they move from different touch points. That means offering the choices and support omni-channel communication through virtual assistants. So the virtual assistant can talk over the text message chat. You can also talk over email, over the phone, or on the web, or in the app. Some people don't respond to a phone call or email, but they will respond right away to a text message over the phone in their social network messaging chat. And virtual assistant that support omni-channel communication is also important. Those can be added with customization. Okay. Omni-channel sales and customer service allows the company to quickly switch channels in case of channel disruption. For example, now, right, we are in COVID-19, then you can quickly switch to the web channel, especially when your contact center customer service people don't have good enough people to support the phone-based channel. And what we have said, and also the technology has already been tested and proven by many Rulai customers. We have seen various outcomes. For example, we have seen assisted sales increase doubled. We can have seen customer satisfaction like higher than 80% on par with human agents. Even on an e-commerce platform, e-commerce marketplace, we have seen automated bot resolution rate over 70%. That saved a lot of customer support cost. To summarize, and we believe virtual assistant, conversational virtual assistant for e-commerce has big potential and big benefit. On the other hand, we believe no one wants to take the risk to invest big amount of money, time, and people on a project then fail. People shouldn't risk losing their job to try. Thus, we recommend the e-commerce shopping assistant solution packages with very clear use cases proven by our e-commerce customers. And with this, a company can start with a very low-cost production line pilot. There is no risk of trying and deploying an initial standard AI shopping assistant to prove return on investment. This can be done quickly. It's a fast deployment within a week or two, and then you keep on optimizing based on real-time user feedback. And the pilot doesn't require time-consuming backend integration because existing e-commerce website can be utilized instead of the integration. And after successful first launch, and after return on investment is proven, the project team can then add additional use cases, additional integrations and customizations later. And then you can add it with confidence. So we summarize it as in this graph figure. You want to testing without risk with standard starter package. Then you can expand the project with confidence with standard additional packages, or you can add customization to support if you have big ambition, right? You can support it. You can either do it yourself or use Rulai solution team or use consulting companies to do customization if you have bigger ambition. But you can do that later instead of at the first step. Okay. And besides conversational virtual assistant, I also have done quite a lot of work related to e-commerce. Here are some examples of my research publications in e-commerce. Those are research work with solid evaluation with some of the biggest e-commerce platforms and companies in the world. If you are interested, you can find my website and download those papers. So that's all for my talk. If you have any questions, now it's a good time to ask. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Yi. So